Carlos squatted under the kitchen table as he cleaned the monastery floor. He heard someone enter the room. Carlos saw the cook, Brother Pascual, followed closely by Bishop Roberto. Brother Pascual was wringing his hands. "The Viceroy is coming to visit," he exclaimed. "What will we feed him? He is used to the finest meals. We are simple people." "I am sure you will think of something," Bishop Roberto replied. "See to it that everything is ready by noon." "Noon? We have just 2 hours before he arrives?" Brother Pascual began to give orders. "You, grind the corn for the tortillas. You, light the fire. You, chop some chiles for the sauce. You, pluck those turkeys, and be careful. The Viceroy does not like turkey feathers in his stew. And you, Carlos, a little kitchen boy, help Brother Juan with the tortillas." "But who is this Viceroy?" asked Carlos. "The most important man in the colony of Mexico. He tells the King of Spain everything that happens here. We must make a good impression." "And what if we don't impress him?" Carlos asked. "No more questions. And when the Viceroy arrives, stay out of sight. Once his honor leaves, you can have something to eat yourself." As he patted the cornmeal into tortillas, Carlos wondered how he could help the brothers impress the Viceroy. He was only an orphan boy who worked in the kitchen for scraps of food. He thought about his empty stomach as he watched the brothers work. They cut, they sliced, they plucked, they baked, they boiled. The bells rang 11 times, and still they were not ready. "Hurry, hurry," said Brother Pascual. "We don't want the Viceroy to sit down to an empty table." They kneaded, they ground, they mashed, they simmered, they fried. The brothers worked fast. "Brother Pascual, here are cinnamon and chocolate for the dessert. Smell them. Here are the chilies for the salsa. Ooh, they are hot and tasty. And here is the onion for the stew. Take it quickly before I start crying." Brother Pascual rushed from one end of the kitchen to the other with a large tray. He gathered ingredients for 5 different sauces and 2 desserts. Carlos had finished patting out the tortillas. He was waiting to sneak a bite of something sweet. Across the room, he spied a raisin bun that had fallen on the floor. He darted out to grab it and... crash! He collided with Brother Pascual and his big tray of seasonings. Almonds, onions, and sesame seeds sailed through the air. Chocolate, chilies, and cumin soared across the big room. Garlic, peanuts, raisins, and pimentos scattered to the floor. Cinnamon, cilantro, and salt floated overhead. Plink, plip, plop. All the spices landed in the pot where the turkeys were cooking. "Dios mío!" cried Brother Pascual. He fell to his knees and began to pray with all of his strength. The bells rang 12 times. The brothers hung their heads. They had nothing to feed the Viceroy. The meal was ruined. Carlos felt a lump in his throat. He had spoilt their chance to find favor with the king. What terrible trouble he would be in! Now the brothers would give him nothing to eat. But just then, the most delicious smells began to rise from the simmering stew. A rich mixture of chilies, garlic, chocolate, and cinnamon. None of the brothers had ever smelled anything like it. Carlos just had to taste it. "Get away from that pot," the brothers scolded. "Haven't you caused enough trouble for one day?" Rico. Rico? Really? The brothers gathered to taste the sauce. "Que sabroso! Delicio! Rico!" Brother Pascal, please, try it." Trembling, they carried the stew to the dining room where the viceroy waited. "What a wonderful smell!" said the viceroy as he prepared to take a bite. The brothers held their breath and waited. The viceroy tasted the dish. "How unusual! This is the best dish I have ever tasted. I give the cook my highest praise." Brother Pascal bowed modestly. "In truth, Your Honor, I do not deserve your praise. All praise belongs to him above." Up above in the rafters, Carlos was glad to be out of trouble. He ate until he could eat no more. After all, the meal was un puro milagro, a complete miracle. He could not count on such luck every day.